Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, and this time reviewing on The Amazing Spider-Man issue 667 Spider Island Part 1 comic review. Now, as you know, Spider Island was a major event series back during the 2011. Now, keep in mind that this is meant to show what would happen if certain people gained Spider-Man's powers and had it all went to chaos. Now, the story has been adapted in the 2017 Marvel Spider-Man cartoon, and let's get on the review. So the cover mainly has Peter Parker and other Marvel heroes in Spider-Man costumes, and it starts off how we're introduced mostly at New York, where a spider's coming down, lights up the city, and just as you think Peter Parker's secret is revealed, turns out it's Charlie who's got her powers, saying, "I know, just like Spider-Man, cool, right? I cannot wrap my head around this." And so she pretty much says how cool this is going to be, and starts showing off her powers, with Peter wondering if it's possible he might have given her the powers by mistake, as he's been with MJ for some time, so it wouldn't have happened. So she's thinking about the possibilities of, since Peter makes Spider-Man's gadgets, she asks, if she can make, like, say, a spider signal for her, an outfit. So Peter goes, no, not happening, nah. And so Peter points out that he has to take Aunt May and her new husband, Jameson's dad, to the airport, so Charlie tags along. So keep in mind that you have Julian Carpenter, who is the new Madam Web, and this is during the events of Grim Hunt. After the events of Grim Hunt, she became Madam Web. So pretty much you have Shang-Chi, who pretty much they observe what's happening, where thugs, criminals, gangsters, and modular operatives are pretty much joining Miles Warren's forces, and just as Shang-Chi tries to interfere, she pretty much uses some webbing to paralyze him, saying that they can't interfere with what's going to happen. And so pretty much you have Miles Warren with his two spiders, henchmen, Tarantula and Spider King, which does remind me a bit of Cyrax and Sector from Mortal Kombat. And so, turns out Miles has multiple clones, where basically they check the gang members to see if they're clean. And you've got one of the Asian members saying, "You must have some big ones, Karen, walking by Big Leonard. After moving that meth in Hell's Kitchen, my territory, Han's territory, Kingpin's territory. Better walk away, man. Tell me, Round Eyes, why shouldn't I go with all ninja on you? 'Cause I got all kinds of moves now." And so it kind of ends up in this big kind of racial war, and Jackal pretty much has his two enforcers to kind of calm them down, and pretty much has class in session, where he's planned to use multiple spider costumes to kind of make chaos. So at the airport, Aunt May is pretty much going to be living in Boston with her family members, with her husband, and Aunt May says that, "Because you've come so far, I'm so proud of you, of the man you've become. I love you, Peter." "I love you too, Aunt May." And so, pretty much, Aunt May and Jameson's dad flies off. And at New York, a lot of people and gangsters are in Spider-Man costumes, and Mary Jane thinks this is another clone thing again. So just as she rescues a kid, she thinks one of them is Peter, even though she should recognize the voice. So just then, the Avengers show up, and other Marvel heroes, and even asks Dr. Richards what's going on. So just as Peter and Charlie head back to home, they find out the area's been blocked and that. So Chloe goes in with spider powers and calls herself Spider Cop. Now we know where Marvel Spider-Man's game got it from. And Peter's like, so that's what it feels like. And so he has to give the cab driver money, and Peter flies off in his Spider-Man costume to kind of stop what's going on. And Jameson points out that he's got everything all sorted and pretty much is going to make himself look like the hero. So pretty much the other Marvel heroes have to kind of deal with the other Spider-Men, and you can tell that they're too stupid to recognize Peter's voice, saying, "Hey Marvel, hey, I'm looking for a big girl, yeah?" And so knocks him down without really recognizing his voice, and this causes the other Marvel heroes to think he's one of the other ones. I mean, Peter's technically got a different voice, so it's kind of easy to recognize. So pretty much Shang-Chi kind of blames Madam Web, saying that they could have sorted this. So Shang-Chi pretty much goes in to kind of stop them from hurting Peter, and leaving Peter with all the other defeated Web Warriors. And yeah. So issue 1, I mean the first part of Spider Island isn't too bad. It kind of gives this kind of like makeshift Clone Saga feel. And I think that, yeah, it's kind of a makeshift Clone Saga. And I know Marvel Spider-Man did adapt this with some slight differences. So the issue deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.